Ralph, Paul, Denzel, and Ansel Scott, Vanda and Helen Scott, Akeith Thomas, Andrea Garrick, and Shanika Prince. Cousins, Gracie Garrick, Nicole Delisha, Patricia Ashton, Sid Garrick, Monique Ellis, Jean Sidney and Andrew Garrick, Ruth, Sylvie Scott, Michelle Garrick in the USA. Close relatives and friends, Anita, Suzanne, Troy Thomas, Anne Grant, Austin Muncie, Paulina, Cynthia and Shelley and Harry, Sherilyn Daniel, Alan May, Quincita Scott, Faye Hector, Michelle Tony, Bridget Warren, Sabina Bacchus, Glennis O'Garo, Priscilla Fisher, Danroy Currency, Lush Shallow, Altia Bob, Charmaine John, Peter Caesar, Audley Thomas, Anista Hector, Philman Fisher, Kendall and Kirk Charles, Nicola and Carissa Maloney, Nika McNichols, and Michelle James and family. Other relatives and friends, the Durant family in Chapman's, Hadley's Village, Lomans, Cedars, and Greggs, the Walker family in Hadley's Village, Lomans and Greggs, the Garrick family in Lacroix, Richland Park, Greggs, Rose Hall and Bayaboo, the Ashton family in Cedars, Greggs and Bayaboo, the Richards family in Rose Hall, the Scott family in Richland Park, Lago Height, the Fisher family, the Davis family in Richland Park, the Thomas family in Richland Park and Sandy Bay. The funeral service of the late Joan Silita Ashton, also known as Joanne Juju Garrick of Richland Park and Bayaboo, will take place on Sunday, September the 7th, 2025 at the Richland Park Seventh-day Adventist Church. The body will lie at the church from 1 p.m. Service begins at 2 p.m. Interment at the Richland Park Cemetery. Persons are asked to note to please wear white. Nice Radio extend our deepest condolences to the bereaved.
Memorial Funeral Home is dedicated to meeting the needs of our customers. We go above and beyond to ensure satisfaction and convenience. That is why we are extending our services to the diaspora. Working with Caribbean Funeral Home in New York, burial packages can now be completed in New York to cover burials in St. Vincent. And likewise, packages can be made in St. Vincent to cover burials in New York. Caribbean Funeral Home is located on 1922 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn. Call their office at 718-444-1818 or WhatsApp at 347-925-9557 or 347-231-5410. For more information, call our local office at 458-8888. Memorial Funeral Home. Quality, convenience, and affordability.
No matter where you are in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, your radio is Nice Radio. 101.3, 96.7, 90.3 FM.
Flo's prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or launcher. Activate a plan, then scratch to reveal your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
Nice Radio's birthday celebration package is brought to you with the compliments of the following.
Hannah, guess who nearly burned down the kitchen trying to make gourmet ramen?
You again?
I had no garlic, no butter, no vibes, so I ran to Massey quick.
Just for ramen?
I came out with dinner, dessert, and even items to clean up. Plus, points on my loyalty card. I even transferred money and still had time to grab a little wine.
So, basically, you live there now?
Honestly, with the parking, service, and the WhatsApp updates, I might move in next week. Who else doing it like that? Massey Stores, our family serving your family and your last minute cravings.
Welcome to Subway, where you can always have it your way. My name is Stacy. What can I make for you?
Hey, Stacy. I'll have a chicken teriyaki salad. All veggies, please. And for my daughter, Naomi, a pizza. Naomi, what would you like to have on your pizza?
Pepperoni bacon.
They've got tomatoes as well.
Pepperoni bacon.
What about some fresh onions, corn, pineapple?
Pepperoni bacon.
Naomi, you can also have olives, jalapeno, extra meat.
Nope. Pepperoni bacon.
Stacy, can I have one chicken teriyaki salad, all veggies, please, and a pizza with pepperoni and bacon?
You can have it your way.
Come into our uptown or downtown location today or order on your favorite delivery app. Subway, have it your way.
The birthday winner of the week will receive a $20 gift voucher from Massey Stores and a $20 meal voucher from Subway.
Regardless of your condition, you should have fun when your birthday comes. Nothing should get in the way of having fun on that special day.
Absolutely nothing should get in the way of your special day today.
And make this day a happy moment.
It's the 6th day in the month of September.
Small or great, you should take some time to celebrate.
And let me take some time out and shout happy birthday to Tamika George in the British Virgin Islands. And Tamika, you got greetings coming from Yvonne in the BVI. Wishing you all the best and hoping that you enjoy your big day today, Tamika. Happy birthday to Kevin Robinson Rodriguez, working at Sagicor. And Kevin is celebrating his big day today. Happy birthday, Kevin. Judy Gansam of Dorsetshire Hill, it's your big day. Happy birthday to you. Eileen Joyette, Madge Null Blake in Kingstown. Happy birthday to Anne-Marie Joseph, celebrating today. Roshan Peters, Monique Macmillan, Whitney Williams in Leyu is celebrating today. Happy birthday to Mize Hazel. It's Mize big day today. Good morning and a happy birthday to you, Mize. Celebrate with us while we celebrate with you. Gonna go to my WhatsApp line.
It's up to you to pay respect and take a break just to reflect.
I'm going back to Dougie's birthday bag and shout special happy birthday to Makata Young in New York. He's celebrating his big day today. And Makata, you got greetings coming from Nice Radio's family and City View. Wishing you all the very best on your special day today.
You should be glad to see another year.
Definitely should be glad to see another year. Good morning, celebration package.
Spice of Life, good morning.
Good morning. And how is the sun, Batman?
It's beautiful this morning, very hot and sunny. Lovely day.
Fantastic.
One of those days where you really want to get out and get into the lovely turquoise water and have a swim and you know, once you swim in, paparazzi is around, so you got to be careful, right?
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the heads up.
Want to say happy birthday to Gina Andrews. She's celebrating her birthday today. She's up there in the shops she's living. No. Green Hill. Want to wish Gina happy birthday. I know her mom and dad, Edwin, and actually they are in Clay Valley now. Edwin and Sabrina, sister Courtney, Kia, everybody, Auntie Simone, Denny, JP, as well as Uncle Edson, Mrs. Maya, Jeff, C. Jamo, Auntie Margaret, everybody, Leslie, Water wish that Gina would have a wonderful birthday today and enjoy it to the fullest. As well as Renaya Roberts down there in Camden. Iris! Fix up Renaya today, okay? I know that Rohan and the big brother Rondell Cheston and everybody, Gayleen, Chad, Terry, Amaya, Waterwish, that Renaya have a great birthday today and enjoy it to the fullest as well. That's it.
That's it for your birthday bag. Renaya address is where?
Camden Park.
Camden Park. All right. So all the best to Renaya and Gina. May they live to see many more birthdays to come.
Let me say hi to Vanda out there in Joshua. Vanda, how you doing? Good morning. Mrs. Bisden. Percy, what's up, my buddy? Millie. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Spice of life. You're not heading to the bar this weekend, eh?
No.
You're not betting your head. You're not betting your head this weekend?
Not bending my head at all. No head, no neck, nothing. I'm not bending at all this weekend.
You're not betting
No. Tell me something. Is your Facebook active?
Yes.
Okay, I sent you a message and it said cannot be delivered.
Yes, it is.
All right. Could you just call me back? I think somebody sent something for you.
Okay.
So call me back later when I finish, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let's see who is here. Celebration package. Good morning.
Good morning, Gary. And how are you?
I am wonderful. I'm great. I've got the full package.
Thank you very much. I'm calling to send birthday greetings to my granddaughter, Renaya Roberts of Camden Park. I'm wishing her a very, very happy birthday today from her grandmother and all her other relatives and friends.
And your name is?
My name? I have to give my name too?
Well, you could give me a false name if you don't want to give me a name.
False name. My name is Iris Roberts of Camden Park.
All right. So I want to say, Iris,
yes, darling.
all the best to your granddaughter. You know, I want a name to refer to you as.
Yes, her name is Renaya Roberts.
Right. So I want to wish your granddaughter all the best on her big day today. I don't know what you have plans, what you have in store, but I believe.
Nice. They're very beautiful. That's Julian.
What was that?
She's nice and beautiful.
Okay.
That's Julian.
I believe that you have good things in store for Renaya today, so may she enjoy it and live to see many, many more birthdays to come, all right? So keep showing the love to her and continue to encourage her, okay?
Yes, darling.
And
enjoy your day.
You do have a blessed one.
Thank you very, very much.
Take care, my dear.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to my WhatsApp line. I'm seeing here. Belated greetings to George Ballantyne, celebrated yesterday in Puerto Rico. Happy birthday belated to you, George Ballantyne. Now let's take this quick coil celebration package. Good morning.
Good morning, Gypsy. Good morning, my darling. Sorry about the name. Good morning.
All right, it's Spicy.
Spicy. Good morning, Spicy. I love you twice.
Good morning, my dearie.
I want to say good morning to my cousin Renaya Roberts at Camden Park. Hoping that she have a wonderful day. I will come over to them and give a big smackaroo. Good morning, Tante Iris. And next time, state your name. And good morning to all of the Roberts family. Throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, from Fancy to Chateaubriand to Oria to Camden Park to Cleverly to Kitters. Everybody love all of the Roberts. One to the Robert is a part of my lineage, and I love you all. Love you again, Tante Iris. See you soon.
All right, don't make
any. I love you, Renaya. What do you say, darling?
Don't make any broken promises, and you say going over.
No,
You
it's
go-
just a little stream where I can't see you every day.
You say
If it
going
was not
over,
stream,
so they'll be looking forward in
Yeah.
seeing you.
I will do that
All
in
right.
Jesus' name.
All right.
Amen. Love you,
Have a
Auntie
wonderful
Irene.
day. Take care.
You too.
Queen of Bacchanal. I grew up as a real good girl, always home, don't go nowhere. As soon as I was introduced to carnival, they say I lose all down on the ground, walking up the bottom and it dragging all over tongue, and they say I lose it. Was never a party at my school bazaar I used to go, but since I was introduced to Bacchanal, they say I lose. When I drop it hot and I wind it on top the speaker box and I grind it and I don't want to stop and they call it. I lose it, I sweeter than you say. This carnival harvest, so down loose. Get loose away, get loose away, get loose away, loosen your waist till the wind the pace. There's no place I'd rather be than in a fence, having a time. For those who have eyes to see me acting up and winding loose. All down on the ground, walking up the bottom and it's dragging all over tongue and they say I lose it. I never meant to be this way, it's the Bacchanal inside of me. When I come on a stage, getting a bag, you know I lose. When I drop it hot and I wind it on top the speaker box and I grind it and I don't want to stop and they call it lose it. I lose it, I sweeter than you say. This carnival harvest, so down loose. Get loose away, get loose away, get loose away.
Jamming, slamming, back to back. Nice radio. 101.3, 96.7, 90.3 SPG.
Everybody move. Let your body move. Show me the bye, give me the bye. Keep on moving.
Nice Radio presents Healthy Vibes, a live health education program aired on this station on Saturday mornings. Healthy Vibes looks at the total person, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, with emphasis not only on diseases and conditions, but also on the importance of individual, family, professional, and political responsibilities to health and well-being. Healthy Vibes addresses issues not often talked about. It is solution focused. So join us this Saturday and every Saturday for Healthy Vibes on Nice Vibes on Nice Radio. I am Ben Abbott.
Good morning and welcome to Healthy Vibes. And this morning, we would look at some natural ways to lower your blood pressure. Stay tuned.
At the Cleveland Clinic. I'm also medical director of cardiac rehabilitation. My name's Luke Laffin, and I'm a preventive cardiologist here at the Cleveland Clinic. I'm also medical director of cardiac rehabilitation. It gives me great pleasure today to speak with you about natural ways to lower our blood pressure. You know, when I see patients in clinic, they always asking, well, how can I try and avoid medicine as much as possible? What can I do naturally to lower my blood pressure? And they come in with all kinds of ideas and things they've read on the internet about lowering blood pressure. Does this special supplement help, etc.? The majority of them, no, they don't really tend to lower blood pressure, or at least there's not good data to back it up. However, there is good data to back up a variety of lifestyle measures that we can actually use to naturally lower blood pressure, and they actually become the cornerstone of hypertension management. As I always say to my patients, 70% is lifestyle, 30% is medications. I can give you 6, 7, 8 blood pressure medicines. If you're not doing the lifestyle components, you're really not going to be effectively lowering your blood pressure. So these are generally things that people think about, but we have to be diligent in doing them. The first one that we think about is weight loss. It's very clear from the most recent hypertension guidelines and from a variety of data that weight loss helps lower blood pressure. The standard rule of thumb that we see is getting to your ideal body weight lowers blood pressure by about 6 millimeters of mercury in the studies that have looked at it. However, another rule of thumb that we can use is for every kilogram that an individual loses, their blood pressure is decreased by 1 millimeter of mercury. So definitely powerful stuff, something to consider when you're getting on the scale in the morning. Other things that we think about are nutritional or dietary patterns. The most well-studied natural intervention for blood pressure is introduction or the use of a DASH diet. Now, the DASH diet is an acronym. It stands for Dietary Approaches to Stopping Hypertension. And the specifics are that it's essentially a well-balanced diet of moderation, plenty of fruits and vegetables. It tends to more towards a Mediterranean dietary pattern, but it's also low sodium. And that really brings us to the next component that I would say from a lifestyle perspective is the most important part of blood pressure management, and that's making sure that an individual is on a low sodium diet. Now, there's different levels of sodium out there that different organizations suggest as the maximum of sodium during a day. The American Heart Association recommends 1,500 milligrams of sodium. I tend to think that's a little bit too low. We know that people can generally get away with a maximum of 2,300 milligrams of sodium throughout the day. The difference in blood pressure between 1,500 milligrams a day and 2,300 milligrams a day is only about 2 or 3 millimeters of mercury. So it's important to understand that and really try and stay below 2,300 milligrams of sodium throughout the day. It's also important to understand that when I say sodium, I'm talking about salt, for those of you that aren't aware of that, and that all salt is created equal. So sea salt is the same as table salt, is the same as Himalayan salt, is the same as the pink salt, which I think is Himalayan salt as well, but they all increase blood pressure. So it's very important. When they look back when they were doing the initial studies on sodium intake and blood pressure, low sodium diet was worth about 1.5 to 2 blood pressure medicines. So really powerful natural way to lower one's blood pressure. On that line of electrolytes, we also really focus on potassium intake in individuals with hypertension. And it's the inverse of sodium. So too much sodium intake increases blood pressure. Too little potassium intake or too low of potassium values also increase blood pressure. So it's important to understand that and make sure that your diet is replete with potassium. Now, of course, if someone has other compelling indications for a low potassium diet, like chronic kidney disease, which means our bodies ultimately hold on to potassium a little bit more than the normal individual. But in the person with normal kidneys, it's important that we're having plenty of fruits and vegetables and making sure our potassium levels are normal when we check. The other natural things that we think about lowering blood pressure are physical activity. It's very important, and there's a couple different types that I oftentimes speak to my patients about. The first is moderate aerobic physical activity. So when I may say moderate intensity aerobic physical activity, that essentially means a brisk walk or a light jog. And the guideline recommendations suggest at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity a week. Now, we know individuals do better from a cardiovascular perspective the more that they do, but really at least a minimum of 150 is how we should be, or how much we should be trying to get on a weekly basis. Once you've achieved that amount of aerobic physical activity, another nice addition and another way to lower blood pressure is with light resistance activities. So some light weights, some light bands. These can be very effective at lowering blood pressure, and it doesn't have to be 5-6 times a week. Really, the sweet spot for cardiovascular disease is 2 to 3 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes. And it's important because we know that as individuals age, we actually have to do more physical activity every year just to keep the muscle mass we have. And this can be really helpful in terms of lowering blood pressure. Finally, one of the things that we oftentimes think about in terms of elevating blood pressure is alcohol intake. So the most recent blood pressure guidelines recommend no more than 1 drink per day for women and no more than 2 alcoholic drinks per day for men to maintain normal blood pressures. So those are just a few ways that we really lower our blood pressure and try and avoid taking medicines as much as possible. Thanks very much.
body move. Let your body move. Show me the vibe, give me the vibe. Keep on grooving. Keep on grooving.
Nice Radio presents Healthy Vibes, a live health education program aired on this station on Saturday mornings. Healthy Vibes looks at the total person, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, with emphasis not only on diseases and conditions, but also on the importance of individual, family, professional, and political responsibilities to health and well-being. Healthy Vibes addresses issues not often talked about. It is solution-focused. So join us this Saturday and every Saturday for Healthy Vibes on Nice Vibes on Nice Radio. I am Vin Abbott.
Jamming, slamming, back to back. Nice Radio. 101.3, 96.7, 90.3 SPG.
As soon as I was introduced to Carnival, they say I lose all down on the ground. Walking up the bottom and it dragging all over town, and they say I lose it. Was never a party at my school bazaar I used to go, but since I was introduced to Bacchanal, they say I lose. When I drop it hot and I wind it on top the speaker box and I grind it, and I don't want to stop and they call it. I lose that lose it. I'm sweeter than juice it. This carnival harvest, so damn loose. Get loose away, get loose away, get loose away, loosen your waist till the wind face. There's no place I'd rather be than in a fence, having a time. For those who have eyes to see me after up and winding loose. All the on the ground, walking up the bottom and it's dragging all over town, and they say I lose it. I never meant to be this way. It's the Bacchanal inside of me. When I come on a stage, we're about you know I lose. When I drop it hot and I wind it on top the speaker box and I grind it, and I don't want to stop and they call it lose it. I lose that lose it. I'm sweeter than juice it. This carnival harvest, so damn loose. Get loose away, get loose away, get loose away, loosen your waist till the wind face. Now show me your practice, show me your went and practice. Lucy is a carnivalist, and that's the why I behave so loose. All down on the ground, walking up the bottom, and it's dragging all over town, and they call it loose. I grew up as a real good girl, always home, don't go nowhere. As soon as I was introduced to Carnival, they say I lose. All down on the ground, walking up the bottom, and it's dragging all over town, and they say I lose. I lose that lose it. I'm sweeter than juice it. This carnival harvest, so damn loose. Get loose away, get loose away, get loose away, get loose away, loose. I lose that loose it. I'm sweeter than juice it. This carnival harvest, so damn loose. Get loose away, get loose away, get loose away, loosen your waist till the wind face. Now show me your practice, show me your went and practice. Lucy is a carnivalist, and that is why I behave so loose. All down on the ground, walking up the bottom, and it's dragging all over town, and they call it loose. I lose that I'm sweeter than juice it. Harvest, I lose.
Oh, yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning, the 6th day in the month of September 2025. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to touch base with Vin Abbott, who is on the line right now. Good morning, Vin.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Spicy. How are you doing?
I am nice, great, and wonderful, and it's a pleasure to hear your voice this morning.
Same as well, Vicente. Yes, and good morning to all our listeners. And Spicy, I think up front, let me apologize to all listeners for being, late this morning on the program. Since I got back to Toronto, I've been playing hopscotch with my phones and all of that, having to make rearrangements here and there.
And as regards, I know last week Saturday, you presented a program in lieu of a scheduled podcast second part that should have been played, but that's okay. That's great that you were able to fill. I want to apologize to our listeners. As a matter of fact, while I was in St. Vincent on that weekend, that Saturday, folks asked me, I didn't hear you this morning, right? But, I was for funeral for Ruthie Franklin, and I knew I wouldn't have been able to come into the studio or, do a live program. So I normally try to send recordings or podcasts of my favorite functional doctor, Dr. Mark Hyman, to share with our listeners. But here I am today again. I should be back on track fully next weekend, next Saturday, and with our program Healthy Vibes. But I can share a few tips with our listeners this morning. Before, I don't know if you have the time.
Yes, go right ahead.
But how are you doing anyway? I met Natalie briefly. I was in studio there one day with Saturday morning. I met Laverne Gypsy briefly at the funeral there in Georgetown for Ruthie, and I met Adrian, and I think I met Carlisle, of course. And we haven't met in person. I hope next time I come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we'll get to meet. How about that?
Well, next time, give me the heads up.
Well, I didn't know that. I'm really sure about coming down, to make last minute plans because of work and potential problems with Canada. And so it was that kind of a last minute arrangement because, again, we weren't sure what's happening with the strike, the potential strike. Well, it started a little bit, it lasted a couple of days, but we weren't sure. So we had to be laying in wait until we were sure about what was going to happen, sort of. We were able to make it, and we're happy that we did. So hopefully next time you'll know. Yes, certainly.
Yes, of course.
Well, let me say a special good morning to all our friends on St. Vincent and the Grenadines across the Caribbean, globally, and wherever you are listening to the program to us this morning. And up front, I really want to thank all those persons who reached out to us. Jill and I, we were down there for Ruthie's funeral, like I said, and Ruthie Franklin out of Georgetown. And I want to thank all those persons who greeted us and persons who expressed their gratitude for the work that we do on Saturday mornings on this program. So many persons. It was really a pleasure meeting you, being home with home folks, and traveling across St. Vincent and the Grenadines from Oria down to Vermont, meeting with folks and so on. And I'll probably give a fulsome, not report my views on how things are on St. Vincent and the Grenadines on the surface, that is. And having spoken with quite a few persons also, folks are feeling, especially from a health standpoint. Did make an effort to, again, without announcing previous announcement or make an appointment, I did try to link up with the Minister of Health, Jimmy Prince, a friend of mine from way back when, just have a chit chat with him. Wanted to pay him a courtesy call. He wasn't there. We weren't able to link, but I'll certainly try and make connection with him virtually sooner rather than later around health issues in particular. And so again, thank you so much, friends. Thank you all so much. Spicy School has reopened. The students are back in school, and folks are going to be occupied with laptops and computers. Parents will be working, many of them are away from home, while students might be alone at home on devices and at school on devices and so on. And the whole issue of computer use, the whole question of social networking is a big issue globally, including, of course, on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And today, I just want to share some tips with our students, our parents, our teachers, around social networking safety. Basically saying it starts with you and tapping into here some tips from the Toronto Police Service 30th Division, 33 Division Crime Prevention Toolkit. Most of it, of course, relevant globally, relevant to St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well. Now, what are some of the things that we would like our parents to remember, or students to remember as they begin their journey in education this new term, this new year? One, parents communicate with your child or children, and it's very important to set ground rules on the use of the internet. Right? Very important. Parents, you are in charge. You have the responsibility of nurturing and children, helping to mold minds and all of that. That it begins with you, not the classroom. Begins with you. Try to become more computer literate and internet savvy yourself. And again, that's an issue. Many parents feel that, okay, my child is using the computer. I do not have the skills, or I'm too old, or whatever, to become familiar and comfortable with computer. No, you can. You can learn to use the computer so that you can follow what your child or children are doing. And for yourself also to communicate with family members, to probably do an online course or something of the sort, become more familiar with what's happening globally, so you have different views and perspectives on the issues affecting mankind or humankind today. Very importantly, learn about what your child is doing on the internet. Know the websites they're visiting by regularly searching the internet history on every computer in your home. There's that section, as you know, where you can go and see what the child has been doing, where he or she has been visiting, so to speak. Know the type of emails and messages your child is sending and the chat rooms they visit. Chat rooms are cruising grounds for predators. Yes? Be familiar with what your child is doing on the computer. Consider speaking with the parents of other children your child has visited. Again, if you are on top of where your child is going on the computer, the sites he or she is visiting, and you're familiar with some of the child's friends, it doesn't harm to have a conversation. Just as important, check out your parental controls available on your online service to block objectionable material. That speaks for itself. If possible, keep computer usage as a family activity by putting the computer in a family room or public area in your house rather than in your child's bedroom. Of course, this has its challenges because many of our children are already using cell phones and laptops and other devices and so on, and most of them use them in their rooms. This is something you'd have to work out with your children. It's important to do that. Very, very important to do that. You never know what your child is doing on computer in his or device in her room or her room. Ensure your child does not give out personal information that could identify them, including name, age, address, school they attend, or teachers' names and parents' names. Instead, use a code or screen name that does not say much about you or includes a sexual reference, as this may attract undesired attention from predatory people. Again, this speaks for itself. Privacy is important. You have to be savvy around the use of computer and help your child or children to do the same. Many of us use webcams, right? We have webcams in our rooms, in our studio, and things like that. Monitor your environment if you're using a webcam. That's a camera attached to the computer, right? Most webcam transmissions give clues to your identity, showing things on a desk or personal photos that make you vulnerable. May I repeat this? Monitor your environment if you're using a webcam. Most webcam transmissions give clues to your identity, like showing things on a desk or personal photos that make you vulnerable. And this is a best practice we're talking about, not only about webcam, but if you're working in an office or you have a home setting, you have your office at home or a desk at home on which you do work, and you have a cam, be careful what you have on your desk. Or if you're even having visitors coming into your office, be careful what you have in your desk. Folks can take photos just visiting with you. Folks can glean something if you have some private information exposed on your desk or whatever. This is so important. Tell your children to never agree to meet someone they have met online. Never, ever meet anyone he or she meets online. Never interact with people on the internet who are acting weird, taking risk, or being inappropriate. Interacting with these people only encourages them and may danger others. In all of this too, monitor your credit card bills for unusual items. Very, very important. These are some of the tips of our weekends, just some of them. I'm sure you're practicing other ways to protect your children. If you aren't already doing that, don't leave it up to the children to protect themselves. Please. And we're suggesting if you need some help in this regard, yes, take a course or talk to somebody you trust, an IT specialist, a teacher, or somebody to help you in this process. Now, in terms of social media safety tips, create a computer password that is hard to guess, and remember to change it often. Periodically check your privacy setting on social media accounts to help your children to do that. You do that yourself. Very important, install a firewall and set your browser to say no to cookies. Cookies are these files on computers that essentially websites use to track your movements, where the sites you visit on computer, so they can get personal information, then how you shop and this kind of stuff. Set your browser to say no to cookies. Download files, help the children to download files only from people or sites you know and trust. When online, my friends, when your children online, remember to tell them that people create fake profiles and may not be who they say they are online. Never, ever, or let me reframe that, encourage your children to never, ever share explicit images of themselves through texting, emails, posts, etc., regardless of the reason. The filming and recording of sexual acts between persons under the age of 18 years of age is considered child pornography under the criminal code. The streaming, uploading, or recording constitute making and or the distribution of child pornography. Never post offensive or illegal material. You could be criminally or civilly liable for the content in your blog or your social media post. And that is a practice we love to repost. Just be mindful to let your children know not to report and repost, especially if the material is offensive or illegal. Some of us tend to forget this because we check out something or we send something, a message, and we delete it. Always remember that whatever we do online is recorded and may be shared by others. Again, in all of this, talk to someone if you need help. Talk to someone you trust if you feel uncomfortable, threatened, or upset about anything online. Do not wait to tell. And very importantly, encourage a child to report any harassment or inappropriate messages that he or she receives through your online service. Report to the police. Perhaps report to the teacher, encourage them to report to you, report to the teacher, report to the police, my friends. And we can talk about cyberbullying. This is a form of bullying that includes cruel acts intended to intimidate, embarrass, threaten, or harass, victims, persons. And this is done by sending or posting harmful material about the person, the target. Cyberbullying can take many forms, my friends, including harassing and threatening emails, instant messaging, and text messages, or posting these messages in chat rooms or bash rooms, that is, on other social network sites. Cyberbullying can be particularly destructive because it can spread to so many people worldwide instantaneously, anonymously, or through impersonation. Finally, for today, cyberbullying may cause victims to feel helpless, which in turn can lead to emotional problems, violence, or thoughts of hurting themselves. There are many stories out there based around the whole issue of the impact of cyberbullying on our young people. I have come in close contact with persons who have been cyberbullied, who have ended up with serious mental health issue, very paranoid, felt that everybody in the world, especially parents and siblings, were against them, which is a serious issue. Serious issue. The bottom line in all of this, don't take the use of computer for granted. Don't slide social network safety. It all begins with us as parents, as teachers, and of course, the authorities in this regard. And there's so many other health implications related to use of computer, the frequency of use. And children have ended up with conditions known as computer vision syndrome because of the length of time they stay in front of the computer. They end up with eye strain, fatigue, blurred vision, headache, and things like that. Similarly, you know, they can end up with problems in relation to the hands, right? This repetitive movement, it is referred to in the literature as repetitive strain injuries because of always using devices. In my case, for example, one of my grandsons, I mean, it's amazing to see how he is glued to his devices and how his fingers are, you know, he is always going. Emotionally, folks can be affected when removed from the device for a length of time. There's emotional upset and withdrawal, isolation, and things like that. So many things are related to this social, the use of devices, social networking, and things like that, my friends. We cannot take it for granted. Some of us are allowing devices to parent our children. While there are many benefits of using devices, computer, social networking, and things like that, we got to be mindful. It's not all utopia. There's a lot of dystopia related to the use of social networking and devices. We got to be on top of this. As we begin the new school year, let us start off on a positive front, really working with our children, you know, to stay safe and healthy, while at the same time using devices to educate themselves. Spicy, I want to end here today. I hope this was useful for parents and our children and for teachers and others when it comes to social networking, use of devices, and so on, as the children have just started their journey for another school year. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vin, for another timely and important edition of Healthy Vibes as children head back into the classroom for a brand new academic year. Your guidance serves as a vital reminder, not just to students, but to parents and teachers as well. You've highlighted the essential clear communication, setting ground rules, and the ongoing need for digital awareness in a world where our children are spending more time online than ever. It's critical that we as adults stay informed from knowing what types of email or chat rooms they've been exposed to ensuring parental controls are in a place and protecting their privacy and personal information. And you hit the mark when you said children should never agree to meet anyone they meet online. It's a matter of safety, not just for them, but for those around them too. Your advice about cyberbullying is also spot on. It's real, it's harmful, and we need to create a space where our kids feel safe, heard, and supported both online, offline, and online. Then your messages continue to empower and protect families. Thank you again for calling in all the way from Canada and sharing your wisdom with us each and every Saturday. I am wishing you a safe, peaceful weekend, and we look forward to hearing from you next week for Healthy Vibes.
Thank you, Spicy. I think you've summed it up beautifully, and same on to you and yours and all of our listeners, wherever they're located on planet Earth. Have a wonderful Saturday and the rest of the weekend.
You too.
Here we go.
Let your body move. Show me the vibe, give me that vibe. Keep on grooving. Keep on grooving.
Nice Radio presents Healthy Vibes, a live health education program aired on this station on Saturday mornings. Healthy Vibes looks at the total person, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, with emphasis not only on diseases and conditions, but also on the importance of individual, family, professional, and political responsibilities to health and well-being. Healthy Vibes addresses issues not often talked about. It is solution-focused. So join us this Saturday and every Saturday for Healthy Vibes on Nice Vibes on Nice Radio. I am Ben Abbott.
Today, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tomorrow, the Caribbean. Nice Radio. 90.3, 101.3, 96.7 FM.